going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if this is your first time here. If you like videos about prepping, survival, self-reliance, and other related topics, then be sure to subscribe, turn notifications so I'll be notified each time that I upload a new video. I made a video about an hour ago talking about my everyday carry. However, it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to turn out, so I decided to do that again. Uploaded it to YouTube, watched it, didn't like it, so I took it down and deleted it. Ain't gonna do it again, hopefully. This time it will be better. I hadn't made a video about my everyday carry in probably 3 years or more. It's been a long time since I made a video about everyday carry. And I see a lot of these videos on YouTube with people talking about, their everyday carry. And they will have, 15, 20 different items that they say is their everyday carry. They may carry those items every day. I don't know, but I know it would get extremely cumbersome to be carrying that many items all the time in your pockets. So to me, everyday carry isn't what you can carry in a backpack or carry in your truck. It's what you can carry pretty much in your pockets. And mine changes depending on the season, depending on the time of the year. If it's summertime, I have on a t-shirt, I have on shorts, I have on tennis shoes. In the wintertime, I have a coat, shirt, sweater, boots. So the time of the year would determine what I carry. However, I always carry 4 things all the time, no matter what time of the year it is. Just like my handguns, I always carry a handgun, but it changes. It changes depending on what I'm doing, where I am. Sometimes I will carry a full-sized Glock 34 and a military flap holster on my side when I'm out in the woods, when I'm like four-wheeler riding and things like that. I'll carry it on my side like that, concealed. Sometimes I'll carry a Smith & Wesson Airweight 38 in my pocket, in a pocket holster. Sometimes I'll carry a Glock Model 19. It just depends, on what I'm doing, where I'm at in the time of the year. But regardless, I carry 4 specific items all the time, no matter what. No matter how the weather is, no matter where I am, no matter the time of day, I always have these 4 items, and I think you should consider these 4 items also. The first one costs absolutely nothing. You can find this probably laying around in your house, maybe in your junk drawer or something like that. More than likely you have this around your house. It's a piece of string, or in my case, a shoestring. You can also substitute this for, paracord. I like this orange shoestring because I can see this. If I need to, like if I'm in the woods and I need to mark my way, I can use this to be able to mark my way, to be able to see, cut small pieces off and tie this around trees. I need to find my way back, for example. It's never happened, but it's a possibility. You can use this, to make, you can use a string, paracord, to make traps, to make snares, to work on deadfalls. You can use this as a weapon, for that matter. You can use this to, stop bleeding. You can tie a loop in this. You can put this up around your arm, and you got it tied. You run a strong stick through this, a screwdriver, a wrench, and twist this around to stop the bleeding. If you have something for bleeding out, you put this around your leg the same way and tighten that up in a tourniquet to help stop that blood flow. You can go 3 days, maybe more, maybe less, depending on the time of year and how much you're working in things, without water. You can go several weeks, a month or even more without food. You can go out in the elements, and if it's really, really cold, you can survive a couple of hours, more than likely, depending on how severe the cold actually is, before you die of hypothermia. However, if you start bleeding out, that's immediate. You need to stop that as quickly as possible. Having ways to do that is extremely important, in my opinion. But like I said, many different uses for a piece of string, including as a tourniquet to stop the bleeding. Traps, you can use this for all kinds of different things. But string is one of the things I carry all the time. Like I said, paracord might be better, but shoestrings are easy to find. Just throw in your pocket, doesn't weigh anything, doesn't cost anything. Another thing I carry all the time to stop the bleeding is bleed stop. Because like I said, being able to stop the bleeding is extremely important, because you can bleed out in minutes and go into shock and be dead. So having ways to stop bleeding, and multiple ways is better than just one way. So bleed stop is something I carry all the time, and I might not carry this, on me all the time, but it will be, in my truck close by where I can get this if I need this, depending on what I do. I also keep this in my kit when I go camping, and if I'm working, especially with a chainsaw or something like that, I keep this in my pocket at all times. But like I said, it's always close by, always in my first aid kits, always in my cabinet in my house. In my truck, I have multiple of these put in different locations to use to stop the bleeding. I think this is extremely important. You can get this at Walmart. You can see on the back has instructions how to use this. It's really simple. You rip it, pour it, and then put something on that to hold pressure to help stop that bleeding. Something else I carry all the time is a small big lighter. You can carry the big ones. They hold more fluid. They will light, you get more fires built, but I like the small ones because I like to keep everything small and compact, and this is something I carry all the time. It's a small, big lighter. You never know when you need to light a fire, to cook with, to heat with, to get warm with, to burn something down or whatever. Lighters are always something to have in your pocket, even if you don't smoke. And these small ones, I think, it's like an explosion went off there somewhere. We've been tannerite. But anyway, small, big lighter. Something else I carry all the time is a small pocket knife. This is a Swiss Army knife. It's a great knife. I think it's about $35 or $40 on Amazon. I'll put a link box below in the first pinned comment if you want to check this out. This is a good knife, small knife, lightweight. It doesn't rust. I actually went to the courthouse. They got the sheriff department here and the courthouse also, and that's typical. But they have this scanner that you have to walk through, right? And I was going in there because I was there, and I was going to I met my mom there. I was going to take her over to Oak Ridge to the hospital to get some tests done, and she wanted to go in there to use the restroom before we took that trip. And we went in there and had two deputies were there, and you have to empty your pockets out before you can go through. And I got my keys out and stuff and everything, but I forgot this was in my pocket actually. And I laid the keys in, I walked on through, and then I remembered I had this in my pocket. And I reached in, I said, I forgot this. And they was in shock that this knife wasn't picked up by the scanner that I walked through. I walked right through the scanner, didn't pick it up. So they took it, and they was walking back and forth with this knife, trying to figure out, why this thing wasn't being picked up by their detector when I walked through that. But that's something to keep in mind. I mean, they didn't pick it up. Theirs didn't anyway, and they said they was in shock. They didn't pick it up since it was metal. But a good knife, and it has several blades. And we'll get these out here to show you what the blades are. You can see here, there are the blades that it has. You might want to carry something else. You might want to carry something like a multi-tool or something like that. Like a Leatherman tool or something, but it's more heavy. And I like something lightweight, and you can put everything I have here, in the palm of your hand. You can see here, I mean, here it is, the whole kit that I carry every day. And like I said, I do carry a handgun, but it will depend on the time of year, what I'm doing, and where I am, if I carry the handgun or not. Sometimes I will carry, or which handgun that I do carry. I also carry, a tactical pen. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes I'll carry, a tactical pen. And if I'm going out at night, or it's late in the evening, I'll put a small flashlight in my pocket. It's a little old light, about that long. Just clip it in my pocket, and it's lightweight, and I have a flashlight. I also carry, a cell phone, things like that, my car keys. Sometimes I'll wear a watch, sometimes I won't. It just depends. But no matter what, these 4 items I showed you here, the bleed stop, the string, the small big lighter, and a small pocket knife I have all the time. And sometimes, I'll carry 2 knives actually. Like I said, it depends on what I'm wearing, what I'm doing. Sometimes I always carry that knife. Sometimes I'll carry a larger knife for self-defense. Sometimes I'll carry, a fixed blade knife on my belt. It just depends on what I'm doing. If I'm hunting, if I'm fishing, I may have something different. But I always have these 4 items. Let me know in the comments below, what are your 4 items that you carry all the time in your everyday carry kit. If you liked the video, give it a big thumbs up. Thanks for watching. I'm the Creekmore out here, and I'll see you all in the next video, hopefully.